Hello children, welcome back again in our next session of mathematics. And in the last session children, we have completed with our 9th chapter, that is algebraic expressions. And now today we are going to start with our new chapter, that is chapter number 13, direct and inverse proportions. So in this chapter we are going to learn two topics. One is direct proportion and one is inverse proportion. So today let us discuss about the direct proportion. So children, when one quantity increases, when suppose there are two quantities given, and when one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases. If this happens, then it is said that both two quantities are in direct proportion. That is, for example, if a distance increases, the time taken to cover that distance increases, right? We are suppose traveling somewhere, and if the distance increases, then time to travel that distance also increases. So these are the two quantities where one quantity is increasing, the other quantity is also increasing. Or when one quantity decreasing, the other also decreasing. So this is called a direct proportion. This is known as the two quantities are in direct proportion. One more example, let us see. If number of books purchased increases, then total cost also increases. Suppose you have paid 20 rupees for 2 books. So for 3 books you will pay 30 rupees. For 4 books you will pay 40 rupees. If it is 10 rupees each a book cost. So like this, if the number of books you are purchasing is increasing, obviously the cost of the books will be increasing. That is the which you are going to pay, right? So these are the examples of direct proportion. Suppose now children, let us see one example. Suppose we have bought 10 books for rupees 1000. How much is the price of 45 books? Now earlier standard children, you have learnt unitary method, right? So this also we can use, but now we will find out this by using direct proportion. So if the number of books are increasing, obviously the cost will also increase. That's the reason children, we say that these are in direct proportion. 1 minute. Now suppose I take books as X and cost as Y, right? So this will be my X1 and this will be Y1. This will be X2 and this will be Y2. So if the quantities are in direct proportion, children, I can say X, 1 minute. Yeah, I can say X1 upon Y1 is equal to X2 upon Y2. Is this clear? And when we say it is constant, K is a constant, will be equal to X upon Y. So this you have to remember when you are solving such examples of direct proportion, children. So using now this equation, we can find out the unknown, that is the cost, that is Y2. So let us see now here. This is X1 upon Y1 is equal to X2 upon Y2. We are substituting the values. X1 is nothing but the books, number of books, that is 10, and Y1 is cost, that is 1000, which is equal to X2 is 45 books and Y2 cost we have to find. Let us keep as Y. So here children, now Y is in denominator. If I will transpose this to the left hand side, it will come in the numerator. So this I will transpose, and 10 upon 1000 I will transpose it to the right hand side. So using this we will get as Y is equal to 4500. So this way children, we have to solve the sums. Further we will solve sums from the exercise. At that time the concept will be more clear to you. So let us begin. This is exercise 13.1, question number 1. Following are the car parking charges near a railway station. Up to 4 hours, 8 hours and different charges are given to you children. Check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking time. So as I said, direct proportion is nothing but it should be, suppose this is hours is X and cost is Y. So X upon Y, whenever we take the ratio of all these different whatever the hours and rupees is given children, when we simplify it, all the ratio should be equal. That is X upon Y. So let us see, then only we can say that it is a direct proportion. So this is our hours and this is the charges. So let us find out. That is 4 upon 60. When we bring it into the simplest form, this ratio, that is x upon y, it will be 1 upon 15. Let us take the second ratio, that is 8 upon 100. When we simplify this, children, we will get 2 upon 25. Now here you can see this is 1 upon 15. The second ratio I got 2 upon 25, which is not equal. Now next third ratio is 12 upon 140. That is x upon y is 12 upon 140. Which we simplify, we get 3 upon 35. So as you can see, children, here the ratios are not same. Since the ratio of time and charges is not same, parking charges are not in direct proportion to the parking time. Okay, so this one more thing you should keep it in mind. The ratio should be equal for all the quantities. So now let us start with the question number 2 from the same exercise 13.1. Mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigments and 8 parts of base. So let us consider the red pigment part as x value and the base as y value. So this here, children, this is x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 and so on. You can consider these values. So we need to find the missing numbers over here, that is the parts of base. So here this is our table, children. Now let us consider the first value as 1 upon 8, x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2, that is 4 upon x. This unknown value let us keep as x, right? Or y, a, b, c, whatever you wish, you can take a variable. So now if I take this as x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2, if I say, children, that means I will take x1 as 1 upon y1 is 8 is equal to 4 upon whatever x or y, whatever the value is unknown to us. Now this y I will transpose it to bring it in the numerator. So y will be equal to 4 and 1 upon 8, if I transpose it to the right hand side, it will become multiplied by 8 upon 1. Right? So it is 4 8s are 32, children. So here you can see now we have taken the ratio x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. And we have found the unknown thing, that is y. As it is in the direct proportion, children, we have assumed that x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. Similarly, now the second one you will find, we will compare now x1 and y1 as 1 upon 8 and the next will be 7 upon x. Alright, here we got our first value 32. Now let us see with the second one. So here you can see x1 upon y1 is 1 upon 8 is equal to x2 upon y2 is now 7 upon y. Okay, so as same, children, by cross multiplication you can find y into 1 is y in 8 7s are 56. So y is equal to 56. Equations how to solve, now you people are aware. Next one is 1 upon 8 is equal to 12 upon y. The third value we are finding over here, children. Similarly, y is equal to 96. Now next will be 1 upon 8 is equal to 20 upon y. So 1 upon 8 is equal to 20 upon y. That means y is equal to 160. So these are the values, children. Now let us proceed with the question number 3. I hope the topic is clear now, the direct proportion. When one quantity is increasing, the other will be also increasing, or vice versa. When one is decreasing, the other will be decreasing. And the constant k is equal to x upon y. That you have to be very careful. So x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to x3 upon y3 and so on. And the missing number you can find out. So next one, question number 3 is, in question 2 above, if one part of red pigment requires 75 ml of base, how much red pigment should we mix with 1800 ml of base? So let us put it into a table, children, like this. Parts of red pigment is 1 is to 75 parts of base. So we have kept here x value as 1 and y value as 75. That is x1, y1 also you can say. And here, how many red pigments we have to find out? So let us keep this as x to mix with 1800 ml of base. So let us take the next value as 1800. So now it will be 1 upon 75 is equal to x upon 1800. I'll show you here. Yeah, it will be 1 upon 75 is equal to x upon 1800. Now if you see children, x is already in the numerator. So let us keep this side, only the denominator 1800 we will transpose it to the left hand side. So it will be 1 into 1800 upon 75, and then you solve it, you will get the value of x. So let us see now, see this. Now as the parts of red pigment is increasing, the quantity of the base also increases. Hence it is in the direct proportion. So 1 upon 75 is equal to x upon 1800. I will transpose this 1800 to left hand side. It will be 1 upon 75 multiplied by 1800 is equal to x. So when we solve it, we will get 75 into 24 is 1800. So x is equal to 24. So 24 parts of red pigment we should mix with 1800 ml of base. Very easy chapter children. You have to just follow this rule for direct proportion, that is x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2, and find the missing one. Let us proceed with the question number 4. A machine in a soft drink factory fills 840 bottles in 6 hours. How many bottles will it fill in 5 hours? So here children, number of bottles and hours is given to you. Let us consider as x and y value, and the missing one let us find out. So here number of bottles let us be x and time y. So number of bottles, when 840, it takes 6 hours. So now for 5 hours, how many bottles we can fill? Now you can see this is like a direct proportion. If the hours increases, number of bottles increases. If hours is decreasing, number of bottle is also decreasing. So let us find out. That is 840 upon 6, that is x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2, that is x upon 5. Now x already in the numerator, no need to transpose it to anywhere. Along with x, there is in denominator 5, which we will transpose it to the left hand side. We will get the value of x. So x is equal to 840 upon 6 multiplied by 5. Division, in division it was 5. When we transpose it, it becomes in a multiplication. So here multiplied by 5. So 840 upon 6 is 140. 140 into 5 is 700. So x is equal to 700. I hope children you all are writing all these notes. Whichever sums we are solving from the exercise, please write down in your classwork and complete the notes. So this is next one. One more question number 6 from exercise 13.1. In a model of a ship, the mast is 9 centimeter high, while the mast of the actual ship is 12 meters high. So there are two quantities given now, model and the actual ship mast is compared here. If the length of the ship is 28 meters, how long is the model ship? So let us put into a table. Length of the model ship is given and length in the actual ship is given. So it is 9 and 12 x upon 28. This is given in centimeters and this is given in meters. Now as the length in actual ship increases, obviously the length in the model ship is also increases. Hence it is in a direct proportion. So let us take the proportion x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. That is 9 upon 12 is equal to x upon 28. So 9 upon 12 and we transpose 28, that is multiplied by 28 is equal to x. So x value you will get it as 21. So length of model ship should be 21 meters. I hope today's session was very clear, children. Our next sums you can try it, and if still you are not getting, you can see in the next session. That's it. We will stop over here for today. Thank you.